coming, my friend, and then we have all this like-minded person. Right now we are talking about what happened back when Datuk Sri Najib came back from China with 144 billion. And we are talking about that. We try to give the information, our view, our thoughts to the rest of the people. I know we're going to have our coffee session, and then probably we're going to have our program after this. That is so safe said. Thank you, Syed Azmi, to point it out.
Can I pull some points together, because you're making really, really good points. And one of the points, social media, it is very powerful. And if you want to create safe spaces, sometimes it's good to create Twitter chats, which are, or Facebook groups that are closed. There's a lot of things that you can do, that you can tweet out and use different names as well, so it can protect yourself. Malaysia, unlike other countries, I know, doesn't control so much of your internet access, so you have a lot of power. Now, one of the things by being here for UN Women for Youth, I'm actually opening my hand out to you today, and young people, if they want to engage with us, then we want to listen to you. We want to set up, because we have the power to work with the government in this country. So we can say to them, actually, we've listened to young people, they're telling us that actually there isn't a safe space to talk about issues like mental health or child sexual abuse or violence against women. All these issues are the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. All the countries around the world have signed up to that. So all young people can get involved in movements. So what I'm going to do, and I'll make a pledge, and Vicky has my number, as you can follow this up as well, and I'll put it out publicly, that actually we're here to open doors for young people in this country, look at mentoring, looking at supporting you. And 20 odd years ago when I started campaigning, people kept shutting doors in my face, and not just that though, because I was getting fatwas, I was getting hate mail, and sometimes you have to stand up, you have to become the change you want to see. So 20 odd years ago, there was a real different time for us. We didn't have the power of the internet. I did not have the power of social media when I was becoming an activist at your age. And one of the things that I realised, that when I would go to the media, to the newspapers in the United Kingdom, they would say, well, we're not interested in that, nobody's going to buy the newspapers. And I think you have to stand up for what you believe in, be led by your moral compass, and it's really important that there is safe spaces, and a platform like this, and what the UK government is doing and the embassy is doing by setting up this youth forum. We need other embassies to take the lead, so the United States and Singapore and other embassies need to kind of follow this model. So I just think that you need to be applauded, because you're doing amazing work, but it's brilliant to unite and celebrate difference. I was listening to this lady's comment as well, which I thought was really interesting as well, because actually, everybody wants to get involved with a good cause, but sadly sometimes we get oppressed, we're threatened by media, we're worried about the consequences, and I think sometimes, if we unite and we have to become the change. So.
All right, thank you so much for that comment. So if they would like to come and see you later on.
Yeah, I'm here for about another 15 minutes.
Okay, all right. No worries. So I think I have a question in here.
Quick one. Okay, we hear a lot about the advantages and good things and the democratization process that comes with social media, but then there's also a flip side to it. More virulent trolling, very bad comments, the fact that people, on the one hand, you go into like-minded group people, but then you start going into an echo chamber. So I have friends who say, oh, I didn't realize that the election results are going to be like this because everyone I know votes in a certain way. But that tells you that basically people are going for views, not for news, and there's no critical thinking involved. How do we address that issue? And it's not just social media in terms of Facebook, Twitter, but WhatsApp groups, engaging with online media, engaging with mainstream media. How do we get people to be more critical in terms of analyzing the things that come across on social media?
Okay, in order to get people more critical, I think we need to get more discussions like this. Then if you have friends who like to talk about it, but they are not critical enough, invite them. Ask them to come to these kind of events. Or you go and sit with them and talk to them. Because sometimes these people, they don't have enough time to really look into it, but they are fast to make comments. So the thing about these people is we have to engage them. Probably not on social media, because you will start bantering and you don't want that. So ask them to come with an open mind and then discuss, and then if you still disagree with each other or still don't understand one another, just make it as frequent as often as possible. And then we need to find middle ground in every discussion anyway.
Yeah, I just want to add on top of this point to the panel, so as one you can take that up. It's that what I find about social media is also, I mean, and also other technology driven media outlet, is that it makes bullying and threats faster than it was. You know, not only we live in a culture that do not encourage us to speak up, number one, and then all of this sudden revolution of media that is out there is just sort of accelerate the threats to a certain extent. So I feel that there is like, in terms of where we are in terms of freedom of expression, is that we're taking, you know, 2 steps forward and 3 steps back somewhat. That's what I'm feeling with the whole media thing coming in. So my question is that does the media actually gives people power to voice out there? Just to be top.
Yes. Well, I think it is. But then again, it depends. My first line after hearing what Azmi is saying is, stop sharing stupid issues, making it famous. So we have issues that is critical and it's not correct, and it's a blasphemy to some. Don't do that. Don't start becoming that. This is one thing about doing activism. You have to check your facts. You're easy to fall into the trap of becoming big-headed. And then you start just jumpy over any issues. Stay calm about it. Can you add on?
Yes. About this, I have a personal experience. Okay? So, first of all, we need to establish the fact that the social media is very powerful. We look what happened to Tunisia and Egypt and everything. That's one thing. And hopefully that thing will never happen here in Malaysia. No whatsoever. Right? That's one thing. Number 2, when it comes to sharing something or writing something on issues on your social media, I always believe in this. Don't comment or don't write something that you don't know. Please don't. Like myself, I want to establish myself as an authority when it comes to IR and international trade. That's it. That's the only thing I'm going to share. And of course, a couple of things from my family. Yes, you have to share something about your family. You have to be proud of your family and friends. But nowadays, when I look at some so-called young leaders or emerging leaders or acah-acah leaders, and they just want to comment everything, right? Like anything came up in the social media, they say, oh, this can make me popular. Very populist approach. Oh, I want to comment like this. Oh, Syed Azmi already made, I want to touch the dog, I want to comment on that. Dyana Sofya, I'm going to comment on that. Oh, something happened with Ais Selangor, I want to comment on that. No. Accept the fact that you are not jack of all trades, come on. Right? All of us have our own passions. You're passionate on some issues. All of us have some unique knowledge and understanding on certain issues. Let's focus on that. And then if about sharing and everything, same goes to that. If you want to share this thing, make sure that if you are the expert or the authority on that certain issue, you want to share that thing and you want to put comment on it, go ahead. But if you don't know anything about this thing, this is rubbish, but you want to comment on it because everybody keep commenting on it, then I don't know what to say.
Well, I have a different approach. To me, it's a personal space. Sometimes your Facebook is your Facebook. You can write whatever you want. But of course, sometimes there's invasion of privacy. Someone capture your status and then post it on social media, and suddenly you kena hantam and it went viral. So to me, you can write whatever you want if you think that the issue is sensitive, and then it comes with responsibility. If you cannot, you cannot. And then don't take things too personally. Sometimes people want to comment on the issue, not on you as an individual. Okay? So, and then especially if that's your personal Facebook account, not a fan page or not a business page, just block the person. You don't have to give them the time of the day. And then one thing that there are 2 lessons that I get from social media. Do not feed the trolls. Okay? And then and then certain things can only hurt you if you allow them to hurt you.
Aisha from BFM talked about hudud and got tudung one time. She put it on social media. She got bashed really hard. She stepped back, denied it, and all that. And that's really ugly. So you have to be responsible and you have to know what you're getting yourself involved into first as well. Please take that as a lesson. I think Aisha did a wonderful job. She believed in it, but maybe it's not the right time or she's not strong enough. There's no support system. That's important. Another thing is, it's okay to admit fault. It's okay. We're only human. We're not perfect. So if let's say you put a status and then, no, it's not 90 million, it's 19. I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong about it. Right? And the next thing is, I think this is a bit special for all the ladies. I really feel very sad when ladies bash other ladies.
We're going to gender.
You see, coming from me, it's very, very sad to see that happening. And please admit it happens. And let's not talk about it here. So, but that's something to think about, and because they use social media, it can become very cruel and ugly. And that's not.
Right. So this is the sort of last trending topic before we sort of close, or if there's any audience question. So you guys, Azwan, Dyana, Syed, thanks so much for this talk and spending time with us to talk about all these important issues. Now, you've all touched upon gender. We're talking about the involvement of women as much as we like, and I thought this is quite a balanced sort of panel. And as much as we like, we see the reality that we are in our country is that there's a certain profile that women has, and there's a certain responsibility that they will sort of have that being imposed on them. Okay. Now we also know that in the civil society, not civil society, civil service, more than 50% that is in the job are women. Okay, so that's quite interesting. And if you look at the top jobs, Secretary General, Sec Gens are women. Ministers, another story, but I'm talking about civil jobs. So that's kind of encouraging to a certain extent. So I wonder, why is that not this sort of trend in the civil service not translated into community empowerment work, social activism, and all this?
Yeah, I agree that the fact that we don't have enough women, or probably we have enough women, but they're not given the equal opportunity. So Malaysia is signatory to Beijing Plus 20. So we're supposed to, it's a convention under the UN. So we're supposed to have 30% quota of women in decision-making roles. But we don't really have that. Even in Parliament, we have about 20%, not even more than 30% of female reps. So the DAP list, we are encouraging, we have this 30% quota for women in the Central Executive Committee. So I think that other places, other institutions should follow suit, because women need this 30% temporary quota to make the level the playing field. So, but we need to have more women and men to voice out, to say that, hey, we should do this, we should have this, we should allow more women to participate.
So it's
this would be brilliant if we everyone, if we get a picture of you three in front with giving a high five to end gender equality to promote it. The SG5 will send that picture and get it viral today.
Wow.
Yeah, should we do that? I think that would be a really good idea.
Yeah. I just want to form that topic a bit. Is that, have you in your work, in youth parliamentarian, feel free to jump in if you want, is that, have you come across a situation where there's been a challenge in terms of trying to get women to be part of politics? Or
It's a very tricky question.
sorry.
When it comes to
Depends on how you want to. If it's not politics, there's involvement with your
well, one thing I like when you establish the fact that in our civil service, yes, women are given roles. I think when it comes to equal pay, our civil service already have equal pay. So if you are 41 level, meaning to say you will have the same one thing. When it comes to in the businesses, in corporate sectors, yes, well, if you look at the past mean, previous initiative by the government, or the GLC, right now we try to put 30% quotas. But the thing is, when it comes to quota, I don't know. I mean, we had this chat last year at the Wilton Park, right? So when it comes to quota, when it comes to women in politics, I just want to pose these questions to all of you. Some of the women activist groups, they want 50-50 quota in any legislature hall. I mean, they want rakyat, they want 50-50, men and women 50-50. Right? So my question next is, what's next? What's next? Once you have 50-50, what's next?
I think I'm more interested. I have a question on this.
What's next?
I mean, I'm more interested to know that, yes, having a quota is important, but what are we doing to encourage that quota to be met in a sort of a way that meets the quality?
Well, in the Youth Parliament, there are a few. I mean, there are young women, Youth Parliamentarians. I do have them. And some of them very good. Some of them very passionate when it comes to Darshini, for example, my friend upstairs, and she is really persistent when it comes to environment. It's always raised up and we say this is about environment. That's it. But the problem is now, not many actually. I don't know why. I don't know whether this is correct questions or not. Is it the women really don't have any interest in politics, or you do have an interest in politics, but you will say that the man never allowed that thing to happen? I don't know. I mean, in my case, I think most of the ladies in my... Yeah, I know, you have a lot of questions, but from my circle, I'm not that popular to have large circle of friends like Syed Azmi and Dyana Sofya. The whole nation knows them, right? No, I'm just a couple of friends here, but I think most of them are they feel empowered. Zazie, you put yourself as a next candidate for the Youth Parliament. She put herself in the ballot, and then she wants to contest. That is her way of empowerment. I think she is an excellent. She's an excellent lawyer. I think she can do well. And then she is one. Don't try to mess with her. She just speak like, okay, you wrong, you right, you wrong. That's why I'm going to try her. That's the way she is. But I like her. Zara, her sister in the Youth Parliament, always come out, always speak up when it comes to international relations. I'm just put these questions to you guys.
Okay. Let me respond before, because I think the time is
I would like to say that Malaysian politics environment is obviously very patriarchal and misogynist. It's not really an easy field, but of course we need to make it more comfortable for women to participate. For example, like me, if I post anything on Facebook about issues, about current issues, political issues, whatever, one of the comments would be, why are you wearing like this?
Yeah.
Why are you fat?
It's about,
why are you gay weight? You don't get that. You don't get that.
You know,
I do get that. Why you are very
How you get
I tried to apply a government job, and then they said to me, no, you're just too fat, you're not eligible. Go out now. I experienced that. I experienced that.
But they don't really get that. For example, like, why are you not wearing tudo? Men don't get that. Why are you not wearing long pants? Something like that. They don't get that.
Exactly.
So the political environment for women are very, very harsh. But we need to do something about it. We need to get more women in. We need to tell them, hey, it's okay. You can join in because we have a group of sisterhood and even male feminists. To
I support it.
yes, okay, one of say that you support male feminism.
Back to my heading. This is controversial.
It can be your final statement.
Yes. Yes, this is my final statement.
For this session.
For the sisters in Islam, I'm not a fan.
Oh, you're not fair.
Okay, get that clear. But they proved to me to be very strong. They actually bring out women's rights. But there are certain issues that I'm not a fan, and it's okay, and they know it. And they know that I'm not a fan of the tudung, I'm not a fan about the trade. But I like where they're heading towards child marriage, maybe, because I didn't hear the final say yet. But I like the drive. And I was thinking that drive is powerful and can be jive, this word, jive into certain other sectors. So, personally, you don't have to wait for politics to be political. You can start it on your own and then let that come to you. It's one way. But as I said, use that as a platform to see that changes can be made by just being yourself, without changing it. Thank you.
Okay, do you want to...
I don't have.
I have a bit more to say. Okay, we on behalf of DAPSI, we really want to listen to the youth. So whenever you get, you manage to group like 10 to 15 people, let us know, let me know, and then we can have theory sessions together so we can listen to the youth and know what exactly that you want and voice out your concerns.
Well, she mentioned MCU. Yes, I mean from the government side. If you want to talk for have a tari of 50 minutes, you can call me and we can. Okay, no problem.
Great stuff. On that note, I will give you sort of let's talk a bit of positivity here. Okay. Final question, also a final remark from each of our guest speaker here is that what would be your advice for the Malaysian youth for the future of our country? An advice if you have.
Big question.
Yeah. So it could be.
I believe that we all forgotten as we grow up. We have many labels. We were pianists probably. We do ballet, taekwondo, and these beautiful skills that our parents let us to play with is actually important for us. As we grow up, we only carry one label, Syed Azmi pharmacist, because that pays the bill. What I wanted all the youth is actually to acknowledge and embrace differences by saying that every one of you actually have these special skills. And we never share that one out. And that skill is so beautiful because in the future when we started to do time banking, you'll see that in my writing 2018 hopefully. In the future, skills is something that is interchangeable. Skills is something, is a different currency trade. And for the future, we cannot just wait, no money, no project, no more. We should use our skills as our currency of trade to show our values and to share them. Hopefully that will work for you. Thank you.
Okay, 3/5 of the population of Malaysia is below 40. So the youth has to know that the power that they have in their hands. They have to realize this, and if you have friends about the same age who are also youth, let them know that they can make a change, they can decide what kind of change they want. And those from rural areas and went to study or work in the city can go home and trickle down the change in their own hometown. So I would like to tell all the youth that they have the power and they can do whatever they want, and if they need help, they need a platform, and they want us to hold their hands just like so.
Wow. Okay, now we will put the hand to everyone. Okay. Now my take is simple. Today we talk about the youth empowerment, right? So just in this idea, in Malaysia, nothing restrict you or limit you from to be empowered. You can do whatever you want as long as under the boundary of laws. You can do whatever you want. So if you are rural or urban or city center, right? You can't stop yourself from doing something that you like, right? I believe in the rural area they have their own ways and means to be empowered, right? Very specific locally to their community. So as the urban, so as the city center. My take is simple. If you want to be empowered, just be like me. I'm nobody before the youth parliament, and I decided to put myself on the ballot and let me come. Look where am I today? I'm sitting beside Dyana Sofya. That's something. You need to take the first step. Don't hold back. Go. Any platform you have within the government, or you want to become NGI like Syed Azmi. I never imagined myself to sit beside Syed Azmi. I don't know to speak before with him very casually. So in the end, it's all about you. Yeah? That's my thing. Thank you very much.
So on that note, don't forget to fill out the feedback form online. Give us your feedback on what you think about this forum. So thank you very much, Azwan, Dyana, and Syed Azmi, and obviously SGN as well. Okay. And I'll pass on to the MC.
Let's hear a round of applause for our panelists, Mr. Syed Azmi, Ms. Dyana Sofya, SGI coordinators, Joe, you're in the crowd.
Have a clap for Joe. Woo! Joe.
Sasha.
Sasha.
There you are. And to Her Excellency and the British High Commission for giving us the opportunity to contribute to the SGI's youth engagement effort. Thank you. Once again, the SGI is open to all Malaysians under the age of 35. So if you'd like to get involved, please get in touch with Joe, who'd be happy to answer any of your questions. We hope you've completed the online feedback form for a chance to win tickets to tonight's David Bowie tribute concert. If you haven't, the link is on the screen. It's tinyurl.com/SGI forum. Thank you for joining us in our first ever SGI organized event. Thank you for your questions and for participation. We hope this experience has been as enriching for you as it has for us. Don't be strangers. Please keep in touch with us as well as our panelists.